The women's tag team division just got interesting in many different ways, so we'll see what's new there. We'll also check out what's up with a visit for the Wyatts, Carmelo Hayes, and more. Starting things off with all the big changes for the women's tag team division. It was an interesting matchup because it really could have gone either way. Either Alexa and Charlotte pull off the win and overcome the Judgment Day, or maybe Alexa and Charlotte were on separate pages, leading towards Raquel and Roxanne picking up the win to retain the titles. Although there was little glimpses of miscommunication issues between Alexa and Charlotte, they were able to pull things together and ended up winning the match to dethrone Raquel and Roxanne as tag team champions. It was a big payoff moment for Alexa and Charlotte's partnership program that's been cooking up since May. And we'll get back into that in just a minute. But let's focus on the Judgment Day side of the story right now. Raquel and Roxanne had a tall, yet very simple task on their shoulders, and that was not to let Liv Morgan down and hold on to those tag team titles until Liv Morgan eventually makes her way back to the ring in a couple of months. But barely a few weeks after Roxanne took over as tag team champions with Raquel, and the titles are now fully gone. First thing fans thought of when Roxanne and Raquel lost the titles was how Liv Morgan would react to the news. Well, Liv Morgan reacted almost immediately on social media by saying, "Aw shucks," along with a crying teardrop emoji. Liv Morgan's reaction has the perception of being a sad message, that she's simply sad to see her fellow Judgment Day members lose the tag team titles. But some fans are wondering if there could be some underlining sarcastic tones in that reaction there by Liv Morgan. Prior to Liv's injury, Liv and Roxanne's relationship with each other was already extremely rocky. So considering that after Liv went down, Roxanne became an official member of the Judgment Day, took Liv's tag team title, and continues to grow closer to Dominic, there's been a lot of elements that gives you some reason to believe that Liv's message was sarcastic, and she might have been secretly rooting against her own faction members. Liv Morgan's character doesn't want to see Roxanne Perez have success while literally being in Liv's spot. You just got to assume that Liv hates seeing Roxanne in this position, that she would have been in herself if it wasn't due to that injury. So although Liv is publicly portraying that display of sad emotion to see her group lose the tag team titles, a lot of fans think that Liv Morgan is quietly celebrating the tag team titles loss. She's happy that Roxanne and Raquel's little hot streak together has come to an end. She doesn't want to see them having success without her at all. She wants to see them missing her and needing her. And that's pretty much a normal thing in all circumstances. If you're on a sports team and you get hurt, you're still rooting for your team, but you don't want to see them literally take off and look 100 times more better and successful without you. You want to feel needed. You want to see the team struggle maybe just a little bit, because that means that they need you and miss you being there. So that same mentality applies here to Liv Morgan and the Judgment Day. She doesn't want to see them looking better without her. She wants to see them needing her presence. And that's the narrative SummerSlam just opened up. And that's why she had to quietly love the fact that they lost the tag team titles. Another important thing to note is the hidden message on Raquel's ring gear. Raquel had the words "Live Forever" on her pants, an obvious tribute to Liv Morgan and her injury. SummerSlam 2025 was supposed to be a giant homecoming return for Liv Morgan, the New Jersey native, but the injury ruined that. So Raquel made sure that she shouted out her best friend on her ring gear. That's also where Raquel is at right now, even as a character, because she's still very loyal to Liv Morgan and misses Liv Morgan. She's never been fully sold on the idea of tagging with Roxanne because it just doesn't sit right with her. But now that they've lost the tag team titles and Roxanne didn't hold up her part of the deal, that'll also be interesting to see if this really pushes Raquel even further away from Roxanne, because they were making progress coming together as tag team champions. But now that the titles are gone, Raquel may get very upset with Roxanne and miss Liv Morgan more than ever. So that's an interesting element to watch out there in the coming weeks. And for Liv Morgan, her return story already has seeds planted. Liv Morgan won those tag team titles for the Judgment Day, and her group couldn't hold the weight of holding on to them in her absence. So when she eventually returns, you better believe that one of these things that she brings up is Raquel and Roxanne's failure of holding on to those titles. Raquel may be excited to see Liv again, but Liv may distance herself from Raquel because of that tag team titles loss, and because of all the other elements that may happen over the next few months. So as of this moment, it looks like another Judgment Day Civil War storyline will kick off, starting with the return of Liv Morgan. And for the flip side, with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, it's basically the exact opposite. The Judgment Day is growing apart and unfolding into a mess. But for Alexa and Charlotte, the tag team titles win will bring them even more closer together now and closer to being actual friends. Their whole gimmick right now is that they still don't really get along, but as their tag team title reign goes on, we should definitely see them eventually fully embrace each other as best friends. Big news recently hit that WWE and the Wyatt Sicks will have their own scare house at Halloween Horror Nights. All the current members of the family have reacted to it and are very excited for it. But one former Wyatt family member just reacted to the news and wants to pay a special visit to the Wyatt Sicks scare house, and that's Braun Strowman. Braun reposted the Wyatt Sicks Universal Studios announcement, along with a caption that he was considering visiting the scare house when it opens, in his full original 2015 Wyatt family gear, black sheep mask included, to see if he gets recognized and if people will really believe it's him. If Braun Strowman does end up visiting the house during the event, hopefully he does post his reaction to it because that would be very nice to see. Braun Strowman is not a literal one-day Wyatt family member, but he was there with them from 2015 onwards, and was of course very close to Bray Wyatt. So his opinion on the creation would be nice to hear from, and if he does wear the original Wyatt gear to attend the event, that would be something to see for sure. Someone that's been trending a lot with the wrestling community on social media lately is Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo had such a successful run in NXT with multiple championship victories and became a solid main event caliber superstar towards the back half of that run. So when he was called up to the main roster, there were a lot of high expectations for his usage, and his main roster run started off being pretty acceptable. He had some encounters with Randy Orton, had a great 7-game series with Andrade, won the Andrade the Giant Battle Royal, and was randomly paired up with The Miz. Some fans thought maybe this partnership with The Miz would work, but that partnership was randomly dropped and discontinued, and now Carmelo Hayes appears to be unfortunately lost in the shuffle. With Carmelo's recent disappearance from television and him not being anywhere near the SummerSlam card, that caused fans to start a "We Want Melo" movement online that did reach a lot of success and made it to the top 3 trends on Twitter at its peak. Carmelo even acknowledged the movement and thanked the fans for their support. So it's something that a lot of fans have picked up on. They don't really know how Carmelo is literally sitting around doing nothing at all when all the talent is right there with him. So hopefully something starts up for Carmelo Hayes here real soon. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.